let's have a chat about microgreens. Welcome back to Chatting with Chintzy. I'm Chintzy Barato. Today might very well be one of the most important, if not life-saving videos that I make for you. Today, we're going to talk about microgreens, more specifically broccoli sprouts. I'm not going to record this for the 18th time, so I keep screwing that word up, but broccoli sprouts. We're going to discuss what they are, some of the health benefits, and how you can make them at home on the cheap. Let's get started. First thing, you're going to need broccoli sprouts. Now, what I've got here is a 1 pound bag of broccoli sprouting seeds. Now, this has 48 tablespoons worth of broccoli seeds in it, which is going to give you 24 grows. You're also going to need a bowl. Now, you can get a stand for a jar. Kind of looks like something that might hold up your iPad, but you don't need to do all that. Just get you a bowl out of your cabinet. What I like to do is get one that's kind of contoured, as you can see here, because it'll help hold the jar upright at an angle. Next thing you're going to need is a mason jar. I highly suggest using a wide mouth so you can kind of get your hand down in there a little bit, depending on how big your hand is. Don't get one of the little narrow openings. Those are much more difficult to use and to get stuff out of. Also, make sure you have the lid. You don't need the lid that goes on the inside of the mason jar, but you need the rim that goes around the top. With that, you are going to need sprouting lids, which I got 10 of them for, I believe, $8. Now, I'm not going to use 10 of them all at once. I might use 2 or 3 at once, but pretty cheap. So, you know, $1 a piece roughly. Also, you're going to need a measuring spoon. This one is a tablespoon, and it's that simple. That's all you need to get this started. This is something you can do. This is something your kids can do. And if you have your kids actually grow these, they see the process of growth and they're more likely to eat them. I was talking with a friend this morning about microgreens. Micro what? So, what a microgreen is a nutrient-rich edible seedling that's harvested before it becomes a plant. So, and this can be made from broccoli, it can be made from lentils, arugula, radish, but it mainly consists of cruciferous vegetables. So the first thing you're going to do here is you're going to get your mason jar. Make sure it's clean. Try not to put a bunch of cleansers in this, but make sure it's clean and thoroughly washed out. We're going to take our measuring spoon and we're going to take 2 tablespoons. Obviously, they can't be heaping tablespoons or you'll have them all over the floor and the counter. And throw them on in there. Again, that's 2. Some people suggest 1. Depends on how many you want. I figure if we're going to go through all this trouble, might as well grow as much as we can. This part's pretty easy. Take your jar with your seeds in there, throw some water in it. Put your microgreen screen lid on there, fasten your lid on, give it a little stir, and dump that water out. Fill it up again, and dump it out again. Now, take your water and fill it up, as I initially said, about 1/3 full. Make sure all your seeds are in the water, not stuck on the lid or the sides up here. So we're basically done with step 1. Now what we're going to do with this is we're going to take this and go put it in the pantry, and we're going to leave it in there for 8 to 12 hours. I'll see you in 12 hours. I first heard about them from Dr. Rhonda Patrick on the Joe Rogan show. She's been on several podcasts, also with, what's his name? Andrew Huberman, or Huberman. You know, talking about broccoli sprouts and sulforaphane. And that's a compound that cruciferous vegetables generate basically as a defense. Once you break them, crack them, whatever, they release this stuff as basically kind of like a toxin. Although when we consume it, it doesn't act like a toxin, and it's actually got a bunch of health benefits. Let's talk about those real quick. According to my personal physician, WebMD, sulforaphane has been shown to reduce the growth of cancerous cells and tumors. Recent research showing with just 3 to 5 weekly servings of broccoli sprouts, it can reduce cancer risk by 40%. Now wrap your meat computer around this one. They are currently studying the use of sulforaphane to increase the social and behavioral symptoms in people with autism. In addition to that, they're anti-inflammatory. They're good for your heart, and they also can address type 2 diabetes. And for those of you like myself, broccoli sprouts can make your skin healthier too. So you don't have to spend all that money on oil of Olay. Is that what it is? Oil of Olay? Science, baby. So we're gonna dump this water out. Just throw it on in there in the sink. Okay, it's now empty. We're gonna take this water, we're gonna rinse it off, give it a shake, pour that water out. Take our bowl, set it in there at an angle so it can finish draining, and go put this thing back in the cabinet. How much do broccoli sprouts cost? Well, we can make them for one mason jar, makes about 8 ounces, which is half a pound. Now, to go to a store and buy them, if you can find them, they're gonna run you anywhere from $30 to $40 for a pound. So I'm making a half pound for about 75 cents. They don't normally sell it by the pound. They'll sell it in 3 to 4 ounce containers, usually running anywhere from $5 to $15. So you do the math. Growing them yourself is the way to do it. You can see here, we're getting some germination. We're starting to see some growth. Okay, so same process. We're gonna rinse twice today. We'll see what they look like on day 3. So here we are, day 3, and I'm doing my daily rinse, or my twice a day rinse. So as you can see, it's filling up in here. So let's go ahead and give these a rinse. I want to point something out to you real quick. You will notice what looks like some of these hairs sticking up out of here. Those are just part of the root system, and they're trying to get water. It's not mold, so don't worry about it. Just kind of flick them back in there and keep going. Give them a roll so they're not all bunched up in there and they kind of stick to the side. Dump your water out that was in your bowl, put them back in your bowl at an angle, and they're going back into the cabinet. So here we are, and it's been 4 days. I've already rinsed these once today. I'll do it again this evening, but you can see it. Most of them have germinated. This thing will be jam-packed. You're gonna have to like pry the stuff out of there with a hammer and a chisel. So you'll see what I mean. So day 4, we're almost done. We're getting there. Here we are, it is day 5, and our microgreens are almost done. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna take them out of the pantry where it's dark, and we're gonna set them, not necessarily in a window, but we're gonna set them to get some residual sunlight. And you'll notice they're very pale looking right now. These will turn green with just a couple hours of sunlight. So we're gonna leave these on the counter, and they will be completed tonight. I'll see you then. Here we are, our microgreens are done. It is the evening of day 5, and we are finished. However, it's time to get a workout. Go ahead and open them up. Now, they are packed in here really tightly. So, just to give you an idea. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take them out, we're gonna lay them on this towel, maybe. And we're gonna let them air dry for a little bit, because you have 2 options. You could put these in the fridge and eat them fresh for the next 3 to 5 days, or you can put them in a Ziploc baggie and throw them in your freezer, and they'll stay good for, until they get freezer burn. All the little seeds, you can see these little seeds here. Those are the husks from these. You don't need to separate those. Those will give you nutrients and added fiber too, so there's no reason go through the trouble of getting rid of all those. There we have it. So I wanted to give these things a taste test, but I'm kind of a messy eater, so I had to come outside. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab you a pinch, I guess about that big. You know, if you use chewing tobacco, about a big old pinch of chewing tobacco's worth. But don't use that stuff, rot your teeth and your gums. But anyway, let's try this out. By the way, that's all you need for a daily serving to get the health benefits. But it's got a little bite to it. A little bit spicy, which you wouldn't expect from broccoli. If you ever had homegrown broccoli, you'll notice it's got a little spiciness to it. This does too. That's the sulforaphane activating when you're chewing it. So you can feel the health benefits hit your mouth right away. Good stuff. Why everybody's not doing this, I don't know. Today, we have covered microgreens, more specifically broccoli sprouts, the medical benefits they can have, and how to make them. A wise man once said, "The greatest service rendered to any country is introducing a new plant to its culture." That man's greatest service was introducing the macaroni machine to America, thus beginning a centuries-long love affair with mac and cheese. That man's name was Thomas Jefferson. Let's not forget, we were created on purpose, for a purpose. Be your purpose. Until next time on Chatting with Chintzy, I'm Chintzy Barato. Out.